allez, 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 hop, 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 non, macaro, la bobo. Mais, macaroni, spaghetti, meatballs.
Good morning, afternoon, evening everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Phoenix series. This is your host Donut Tony, and we're here in the beginning screen, I guess you call it, the screen before we enter the new game world. And it's still a very new game world because the game hasn't officially really started yet until March the 1st. But Burnham has decided to let the game tick once a day until March the 1st to let people join new clubs, start doing squad preparations, get new staff members in, all that stuff that you normally do when you first start a new club. A couple of words to note here is that we've got a new games master. The new game master is Paul Skelton, who's the manager of Middlesbrough. He is a one-man club. He's a very experienced manager in the game, and also I think that'll make him a very good game master. So do not do those things that you shouldn't be doing in Managersim, like a bidding between your two clubs. If you've got multiple clubs, then be very wary that you don't do bids between clubs, because Paul will find you and he will get at you. I think the only the exceptions really to multiple accounts is myself, because I've got a main account and also this account. This is the Lord Donut account, and I will never transfer between my sides. I might do the odd loan deals to show if how it will benefit youth players, but mostly I try to avoid both of them meeting each other if I can. So, what's happened since the last episode? Well, we've got a lot more managers now have joined the game, so we will go into the manager list and say hello to all these new managers and see where everyone's going, because there has been quite a few manager moves. Even with the existing managers in the game have moved over to other clubs because they looked at their chosen club and thought, actually this is not as good as I thought it would be, so I think I might go over here. Or they might say, oh, my friend is over in this country, I might want to play in the same league as them, or various other reasons. I have also moved. I was at Rapid Vienna, but looking at the infrastructure of the club and stuff like that, I thought actually this is not the most ideal start. So we're in this screen here for a reason, because I'm actually just going to go into my side for the very first time just to see what they look like, and where I have also, you'd be surprised where I have moved to, because I've moved further away from the main leagues to a little bit more of a challenge. So let's enter the office and see where I am and how much money I've got, and then we'll go through the main game world for everyone else. So I've gone over to Dynamo Tbilisi, and as you can see there, we haven't got much money. We are very poor. We're in a level 1 side. The board are quite generous. They want me to be middle of the table, so that's quite good. We've got a very small side, and we're in Georgia. So there's Dynamo Tbilisi. We're in a 10-team league. The top team does go to the Champions League. I think they go to the Champions League qualifiers, if I can remember correctly. We've got a league, we've got a cup. Our league fixtures start in July, and it goes right up to April. Actually, quite a long season. That's quite good. and I just noticed that we actually are in UEFA Cup. We're actually in Europe already, and we're going to be in the qualifying round 3 against Besiktas in Turkey, so that's not going to exactly be the most easiest of games. There's an interesting fact about Turkey, which will go later, and let's see why my icons are flashing for current reasons. Contracts are staff contracts. They want a new coach. Okay, not the best of coaches, I must admit, so I'm going to straight away say no to that. And the scout, oh cracky, even worse, scout. As I don't normally use scouts that much, I'm going to say no to that as well. So that's a couple of players have been looked at. Bournemouth, which is Fritz's account, he's been after some of my players, so this must mean these two players. Oh, this is Rapid Vienna's players. Okay, so he must have liked those players. So interesting. You know when Fritz knows they're good players because he's after them, and they've got secondary stats and stuff like that, and they could potentially do well. But I've actually moved to Georgia, so I will look at that more off stream, off recording, and do a few things, and then episode 3 will be me basically starting the league, I think on March the 1st, which is still a good 4 or 5 days away. But let's look at the current list of players that have now joined us. So if you remember from episode 1, we had 50. We've now got 68, which is amazing. Quite a few new player names I don't recognise. We'll do a quick look around the leagues as we've done on the last time to see if there's any changes. So we'll first go to the big 5 countries. So we'll start off with England. And Fritz is still at Bournemouth. And a level 7 club with a very small stadium. That's definitely going to be a challenge for him. At Arsenal, we've got Harold, good manager. Liverpool is Kay still at Liverpool. Man City have now got a boss, Morton from the old Swedish league days. Man United have now got Mike Turner, very experienced manager. He's going to do very well at Man United, I'm sure. Newcastle, we've got Heikel even, another very experienced manager. So this is going to be already a very competitive league. And West Ham have got a new boss, Andrew. Andrew's moved over from Italy, from Bologna, over to West Ham. In the Championship, we've got 3 managers. Birmingham, we've got Eric, who have stayed there. Paul, the games master, is at Middlesbrough. And Wolverhampton's got a new boss with Johan. Or actually, maybe not a new boss, actually, thinking about it. Yeah, new boss, because Johan was in Germany. Yeah, so he has moved over there. So we go we'll go to Germany then. So Bayer Leverkusen, Burnham's still there. Stuttgart, Andre is still there. In Bundesliga 2, we've got no bosses. So we go to Spain next. Spain, Barcelona is Dave. Dave has moved over to Barcelona. Well, Dave is at Barcelona. Now, this is the interesting bit. As you remember from episode 1, I actually started off as myself, Mark Doney, in the actual series, and I explained to you that in episode 2 I'll move back over to Lord Donut, which I am now. So I'm now going to talk about where Mark Doney has gone to. This is a very strange way of saying this. Mark Doney has moved over to Barcelona 2. So he has moved, or I have moved, from Fiorentina to Barcelona 2. Basically, I looked at the Fiorentina side and they were good, they were very good. But I felt that's not much of a challenge. I wanted it to be a bit of a fun challenge. So I set myself a new objective. As being Barcelona 2's manager, is to get into the top league and topple Barcelona, the main side. In real life, of course, Barcelona 2 and I think Seville 2 are the main club's reserve sides, and they are not allowed to actually go into the top of the league. So, but this is Managersim, so it's different. If my Barcelona 2 side finishes in the top 3, we will go to the top league where we will face Barcelona. Also worth to note is that Barcelona 2 and Seville 2 are not allowed in a Copa del Rey either. They are reserve sides, and there's strict instructions in real life that they are not allowed to be promoted. Barcelona 2 actually got into the top 3 a few seasons ago in real life, but they were not allowed to be promoted. And also, one of the other rules in real life is that any Barcelona 2 players could actually move freely to the Barcelona main team. But this won't happen in this game unless they pay transfer fees. So it's all slightly different there. So yeah, that's an interesting little fact. Myself and Mark Doney has moved over to Barcelona too. That's the last time I'm going to talk about that because it's damn right confusing. But I will feature in these Lord Donut episodes about how these various other leagues are getting on. So I might do a feature to see how well my namesake is doing. So that's Spain. In Portugal then we've got still Luis at Belarus, and Benfica's got Joese. So I'm going to pronounce a lot of these names wrong, I'm afraid. So Italy has been a lot less managers there. They've lost 2 managers, but they've still got 3 strong managers here. Lazio's Patrick. Milan we've got Tiago, and Napoli we've got Igor. Serie B, Bari, we've got Eric Cantona. Interesting. Again, this is Burnham has said the game is going to tick 1 tick per day now until March the 1st. So it's Tuesday. By in 4 or 5 days time, there might be a whole lot more manager moves. So we will probably do another episode 3 just to give you what it looked like just before the March the 1st game tick actually started. But there will be frequent changes at the moment. Now, one of the things I actually noticed off recording is Turkey. Turkey's turning to be the most popular league by a long way. Out of just the 18 clubs in this league, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 managers all in one league, which is amazing to see. This looks like what the Swedish league, what the Elfsborg episodes looked like of old. A lot of managers have come into just one division, so this definitely will be featured a lot in a lot of the episodes. But again, this all depends if people send me feedback about their clubs and what they're going on. If I get no feedback, then these episodes are going to be very short. Also, I'm quite looking at the viewing figures on my YouTube channel because these episodes take a lot of work, and if I don't get enough views, then I think it's not worth it, and I will stop doing the episodes. At the moment, the first episode currently has had about 12 views, which is quite good. I'm hoping to get over 10 views per episode to keep doing this series for you guys. Again, if it drops down to say just 2 or 3 views, then I will stop doing it because I feel no one's interested in watching these, and I do not want to waste my time either. But so far so good. So let's look at the Turkish leagues. I can't pronounce any of these sides, so Dens is going there. So let's just have a quick look. A lot of these people I don't know. I'm just hoping Felipe I do recognise. I'm hoping a lot of these are not multiple accounts. Nuno I definitely recognise. Fenerbahce. Oops, I just did Nuno. Yeah. Galatasaray, very famous. Unsun, I know that place. Yeah, I'm just hoping a lot of these are not multiple accounts. I hope these are new, generally different people to make this so much interested. Mohammed, I recognise that name. Konsaspor, Eric, I recognise that name. And Andre, yeah, I recognise a lot of these names actually. So I'm hoping the Turkish league is going to be one of the most exciting leagues. We'll soon find out, I suppose. So we'll quickly go to other countries, see if there's anyone in Greece. No, there's no one in Greece still. Belgium, we've got Stefan at Antwerp, his one-man club. He will never change there. Netherlands, Ajax is still just one team. Michel is still there. So I'm quickly going through. Ireland has now got 3 teams. Shamrock Rovers, Emilio. I recognise that name. St Patrick's is Fran. Waterford is Ivan. Name I don't recognise. France, of course, we forgot France. France, very surprisingly, it's got 3 big leagues and no one's there. So any new people watching this, maybe go to France because you've got a great chance of getting into the Champions League. There's many Champions League places here, or France will suffer because other human sides will do better. Like for instance, I got a feeling like if Turkey does so well that these 2 Champions Leagues, one UEFA Cup, one Intertoto, will expand in time, like what it did in the Swedish game we did. Let's go to other countries quickly. Let's just pick a few. Sweden, none. Norway, none. Finland, 2. Oh, that's gone up 1. Wise Owl, nice, great name, at Lati, and TPS still has John. What about Scotland? Yes, Scotland's got 3, so that's gone up. Hearts is Christopher. Patrick Thistle is Gary. Partick Thistle even. And Rangers, we've got Christian, some good managers there. What about the Irish leagues? Northern Ireland, we've got 3. Cliftonville's Kevin. Oh, we've done Ireland already, haven't we? Crusaders is Glenn, Mr. Famous Glenn. And Steve Woodhead, great manager, at Linfield. What about Wales? 1 manager at Wales. I think we're still the same manager. Yeah, Francis is still there, so Wales has got not many interest. Denmark, Copenhagen, so still 1 manager there, Andres. A few more. This will bore you, a lot of you, I'm sure. Poland, we've got 2 managers. Chip at that club there, can't pronounce. And this club I definitely can't pronounce. It's Melek, who's I think's been there already. Russia, no one in Russia. That's a surprise. Ukraine, no one in Ukraine. Of course, this all could change in a few days' time because the game is going to tick once a day. So tomorrow we might have a lot more managers. But I won't do an episode tomorrow. I'll do an episode maybe in a couple of days' time, and the first thing I will look at is how many managers are here. So this always gives you a good idea where everyone's gone. It's good to see various countries. Like we got one in Belarus there. We've got a couple of managers in Albania, which I forgot to say in episode 1. Yeah, we've got 1 manager in Albania. Tom's at Albania, and Belarus has got just 1 manager as well. But this is a good league, this way to quickly look through all these names. So let's go through to the top. So if you recognise your name, you're famous. You're in my stream, my recorded episode, I mean. So these are the current ranking points, which rankings don't really mean much to me at the moment, even though I am 3rd. That will drop. So this is where everyone is at the moment. It's good to see so many managers. Hopefully a lot of these are not multiple accounts. I really hope not. And then of course let's see their levels, and we go right to the top. I'm currently 3rd, but this might change when new people join, who established people come in. This also depends on how much the level is, how much people have donated to the game, and I will do about the patron in a minute actually, because we need to talk about that. So yeah, I am at Dibolo Tbilisi. The big sort of like interesting point about the game world at the moment, the big race is not for players, it's for staff. And let's show you an example. Let's go to the staff market, and a lot of people are avoiding coaches. Somehow when you want a new coach, it's costing you at least 20 grand for a lot of these coaches, and people are being put off by the high staff costs in coaches. It seems to be only coaches only, because a lot of clubs haven't got a lot of money. So it's not so much of a race for people getting coaches unless they're 100 rated, 100 average skill, then they go straight for them no matter how much you have to pay for them. But for instance, let's go to physios, and okay, which I don't feature much in my I didn't feature much in my beginner series, to be honest with you. But here it's quite interesting to watch this. For instance, this is a prime example. This guy here, Frederick Grove, 37, good age for a physio, means he's going to be at the club for a good 20 years. Average skill 98, which is really high. Of course, it's up to 0 to 100, so the higher you get, the better they are. Now, if you look at his name, click on his name, there's a lot of clubs are going for him, about 6. Now, this happens frequently if you see coaches in their 90s, physios in their 90s, for instance. Like David, he's got 4 bids, which is quite low, actually, because generally it should be a little bit higher than that. But if you go to another big country, this is only for big countries because they offer the best staff. There you go, we've got 100 scout there. And only 3 teams are after him at the moment, but he's the ultimate scout. So people who haven't found the ultimate scout, just giving you an ultimate scout there for you, so you can go and apply for him. So after this episode, I'm sure loads of people thinking, "Oh, didn't spot him, I'm going for him." He's in Italy. Physios, yeah, there's a 98 physio here, and you can see a lot of clubs are going for it. So there's a race for staff members at the moment, which is great to see. And in Italy, it's like a gold mine. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 physios in the 90s here. So if you're stuck for physios, go for them, but you might not get them because a lot of clubs are going for them. This really only applies to the big clubs, because if you go to, say, the Czech Republic and then staff market, you can see the average ratings have gone down a little bit. But look, you found a 97 there. There's a 97 in the Czech Republic, which quite a few clubs have found. As Dynamo Tbilisi manager here, I'm going to apply for him anyway, because I'm sure our staff are crap. Let's have a look actually. Yeah, we've got one coach. Oh my god, yeah, he's awful. Yeah, £280 only, so that's not bad. Especially as new coaches are demanding at least 20 grand a month, which for me I can't afford because that'll bankrupt me in this little club. I've got one physio of a 56. Oh jeez, yeah. That is terrible. I definitely need to get some physios, but I have to wait. I have to really watch how many staff members I get in this club, because I could go bankrupt. And scout, I don't use scouts, and I won't. If it means saving money, I will, because my club has only got 1 million in the bank. So I could invest a lot in my youth here actually, and get some really good youth players, because I'm just investing in youth and not buying players. So that's one thing I'll probably do in this this Lord Donut series here at Georgia, is that I'm actually not going to buy many players at all, because I just can't afford them. And there's my current squad at the moment, not the most strongest of squads, but hey, I've got one or two good stat players here, so they're not totally terrible. Like we've got a 95 here, but he's 32 years old, and he's, yeah, strange there. So I could use my assistant report there. I just want to see what his average rating is. 8.4. Actually, that's okay for my league. For a top league, that would be, nah, sell him. But I'm not in a top league. So after this recording, I will go through all these players and get rid of some who I'm going to list, make some plans, and then invest heavily in youth and just hope the youth players actually will do better. And straight away, we've got actually a not bad goalie there, youth goalie. What's his average rating? Oh god, his average rating is only 7.4, so he's actually pretty bad. But he'll still be a good reserve goalie, I suppose, because yeah. This is very very good when you do very small teams like this. You have to set your mind to being a very small team manager, so you can't say, oh, I'm going to go for that 99 striker and he's worth 10 million. Oh, I've only got 1 million in the bank. But I'm going to invest heavily into my youth, so my youth academy rating eventually, which will be here, will actually go quite high up quite quickly, I'm hoping, but there's always a chance I might go bankrupt, so I just have to be very careful there. I've got a good sized little stadium. The ticket sales there will be very low though, because remember, I'm a level 1 side, so there's not actually much demand for people to come and see this club, so I'll be very surprised if we ever get a maximum of 31,000 in these matches. I think we're probably going to get an average of about 4,000 or 5,000 people, so I might have to be careful on the ticket price there to try attract more people in. So I might get 25,000 people in, but the tickets might only be about £5, something ridiculous, something like that. But we'll just have to wait and see. So what we're going to do, so at the moment then we've got 68 managers. So in a couple of days' time, that should go up. Also, if we look at the Intertoto Cup, I think the Toto Cup is going to be soon. I just need to pick a side. I've got a feeling none of these are human sides, so I'm just going to pick. Let's go back to Sweden. When do they play into Toto? June the 14th, June 21st. So this will be kind of like the first games of the new game world. Will be the Toto Cup first round, I'm thinking. So that'll be interesting. So there's newspaper headline. I've joined Tbilisi. This is my very first day, so obviously I've got to do a lot of changing the squads I mentioned earlier, but I'll do that off stream. So we're going to go off now here, and we're going to go to if we log out of my account and we go back into Managersim. Now this is purely me trying to find out about the patron group. So again, to play this game, Burnham has to have a server, and the server does cost money. And if you become a patron and donate towards the game, you get the coins, which was in the top right hand screen or top right hand corner around here when you're in your club, and you can go and use those coins to change players' positions, if you want to, or you can go and get an assistant report on a listed player or any player in the game world just to see if they're good enough, and then you get the ratings up to 10. But to do that, to get all these bonuses and to help burn them out, is to become a patron. And I need to actually figure out how to find the screen again, so just I should be logged in already. Yeah, log in. Ah. 35 suffice. Of course, it's letting me. Let's do the quick way here. Let's go back to Soccer Sim Manager, and I think Dave asked me to do it about the patron. So let's go and look at the link down there. That'll be much easier. There we go. There's the patron link there. That's it. I knew it was an easier way of doing it. So this is the patron page for Managersim. If you want to find a link, the link is here. HCS, patron.com, or you can go to PayPal. Still get question out tonight. There's been buttons for that for several years now. Just look at the screen when you click. So these are the screens. So if you click on that link, you get, oops, you don't get that one. You get this one. So it's just entirely up to you if you wanted to donate any money towards the game. So £5 per month. The game, 1 credit each calendar month. So for instance, that's what these coins are all about. If I actually go back into the game, I'll show you where the coins are again for those who can't remember. Just bear with me a second. Yeah, they're the coins there. Okay, that's what we're on about. So for $5 a month, you get 1 credit each month, access to the game. For $10 a month, 10 credits every game month, in-game mail and support. And for 15, access to the game via the web, 15 credits a month, and stuff like that. And there's actually a 4th level as well, which is 25. I donate around, I think it's around 10 at the moment. And yeah, so there's the goals, there's the monthly cost. You can see the monthly cost is below how much you need, so we need that to get a little bit higher, please everyone, if you can, because there's always a chance that the cost will get too much for Burnham and he will stop the game. But here's the link anyway, so if you want to donate, you don't have to, of course, then please do. And again, the link is here, patreon.com Managersim. Okay, that's enough of that, and then back to my club. So the next episode 3, will be in a couple of days' time, when we have more managers and probably more managers moving clubs, and I'll give you an update then of what's going on. So this is Lord Donut signing out. Bye everyone.